The night she stumbled home from the bar, reeking of whiskey and laughter that wasn't mine. I didn't move from my chair by the window. I didn't rush to steady her heels or fuss over her hangover like I used to. Those days were gone. The breakfast waiting on the counter, the late-night texts, the soft promises I whisper when I pretend to be drunk, all of it had faded into silence. She dropped her bag, blinking at me, startled by the stranger I had become. "What are you thinking?" she asked. I turned my head just enough for her to see the glow vanish from my phone screen. On it, a photo, her and Louise, her secretary, cross-cupping wine like lovers. I laughed, low and almost kind. Nothing, just realizing that when love finally dies, it doesn't even hurt anymore. That night I called my mother. "Mom," I said, voice steady, "I'll come home. I'll take over everything." From then on, the cracks in us split wide open. She tried to give me cufflinks, smiling as if I should be grateful for her scraps of affection. I slid the box back across the table. "Save it for Louise," I told her. The smile froze on her face. When she demanded to know what I'd seen, I met her eyes and said the word she feared most. "We're over." Her outrage filled the room, but so did my calm. I reminded her of every night I had waited, every call unanswered, every lie covered by her need for freedom. She called me insane. I called myself foolish, forever believing she loved me. And when I mentioned Louise's post, that one sentence that shattered everything, spending the night with the one I love the most, she couldn't deny it. I walked away, her voice chasing me, her hand gripping my arm. I pulled free, closed the study door. And when my mother answered the phone with joy in her voice, telling me the family was ready to welcome me back, I knew I had sacrificed everything for Gabriella. My future, my family's path, my name. And for what? A woman who never chose me. The next mornings blurred into routine. Separate rooms, her laughter into the phone, her whispers for Louise softer than anything she ever gave me. Even at work, I was just another shadow, watching her bring him coffee, food, smiles that once belonged to me. When the blinds closed behind them, it was no longer a question of betrayal. It was a spectacle. So I signed the resignation papers. 1 week left, and I'd be gone. Gone from her. Gone from the lies. Gone from this hollow version of myself. And when Louise blocked my way, offered me dinner with that smug little smirk, I didn't bite. I simply walked past them, let them both have each other. For the first time in years, I felt free. On the way home, I scrolled through Louise's latest post. There he was, smiling into a camera like it was his live stream, Gabriella right beside him, glowing with pride. The caption read, "Thanks to the perfect boss for the amazing gift." My stomach tightened. Just last year, Gabrielle and I had fought until our voices broke. Because of photography. "Can you stop dragging that damn camera everywhere?" she had screamed, before shattering my favorite lens in the sink. And now, she bought Louise the gear I could only dream of keeping. She smiled while standing next to him. It hit me hard. It wasn't photography she hated. It was me. That night, a video call cut through my sleep. Louise's face filled the screen, smug as ever. He was holding Gabriella, flushed and drunk, swaying against him. She drank too much, but don't worry. "I'll get her home safe," he said. Before he could even finish, Gabriella turned her head and pressed a sloppy kiss to his cheek. "Baby," she slurred. Louise froze, then smiled in triumph. "She's drunk. Must have mistaken me for you." I stared back at the screen, my voice colder than I'd ever heard it. "Don't bother coming back. Find a hotel." And with that, I ended the call, shutting off every line of communication. Hours later, the doorbell jolted me awake. Loud, sharp, insistent. 3:15 a.m. Gabriella's voice floated through the door, slurred and desperate. "It's me? Open up." I pulled it open, and there was Louise, holding her up in the hallway like he owned her. "Sorry to bother you," he said smoothly. "Gabriella had too much to drink. I brought her back." I reached out for her. "Thanks. I'll take it from here." But Luis didn't let go. His eyes narrowed, his voice dipping lower. "Heard you weren't happy about our photo. Then why resign? Why stop calling her? Even if you marry her, her heart will always be mine. In the past, those words would have lit me on fire. Now, they barely touch me. You should leave, I said, steady and sharp. Louis smirked, shrugged, and finally let her go. But as he turned away, he called over his shoulder, loud enough to burn. See you tomorrow, baby. Gabriella reeked of alcohol. Makeup smudged, legs weak. She could barely stand. I want a shower, she mumbled. I asked if she could manage. She waved me off, staggering to the bathroom. Later, she came out wrapped in a towel, eyes clearer. Why aren't you asleep? She asked. Waiting for you, I answered. She sat beside me, her fingers brushing my cheek. Are you angry? I didn't reply. Is it because Louis brought me back? Her tone softened, her body leaned closer. Don't be like that. He and I are just colleagues. I let out a cold laugh. Then explain the marks on your neck. Her hand flew up instinctively. What marks? I stared straight into her eyes. Don't play dumb. The whole company knows. Her voice rose, sharp and defensive. You're paranoid. Then, like a switch flipped, her tone melted into sweetness. Augustine, let's have a baby. The words hit me like ice water. Are you serious? She smiled. Of course. We've been together so long. It's time. But I couldn't forget what I'd seen. With you and Louis flirting? Her smile vanished. It's just work, she snapped. And right on cue, her phone rang. That special ringtone. She grabbed it instantly. Hello, Louise? Moments later, she was throwing on her clothes, rushing for the door. He got into a fight. He needs me. I asked bitterly. So urgent? She didn't even look at me. Unlike you, he doesn't just doubt me. He needs me. The door slammed shut. And just like that, silence filled the room. I walked to the window, watched her run into the waiting taxi. Strangely, I felt nothing. No anger. No heartbreak. Just relief. Better this way. I whispered. At least I don't have to lie to myself anymore. By dawn, my phone rang. My mother's voice was alive with joy. Everything's ready, son. Your ticket's booked. Tonight, you'll meet the Sun family's daughter. The invitations are out. Bring whoever you want. As the sun rose outside my window, I gave her my answer. Got it, Mom. I'll be there tonight. Luis didn't stop at mocking me. He ripped the frame right out of my hands and let it fall, glass exploding against the floor. Oh, dear, my bad, he muttered, fake guilt dripping from his voice. I stared at the photo, the only relic of my father, now smeared with a fresh footprint. Something in me broke. My fist swung before thought could catch it. The punch landed square on his jaw, sending him staggering back. The chair crashing to the ground with him. Help! He's gone crazy. Louis shrieked, clutching his face like some pitiful victim. As if on cue, Gabriella burst out of her office. What happened? She rushed to his side, kneeling beside him. Luis, ever the actor, whimpered. He attacked me out of nowhere, just snapped on me. Her fury turned on me instantly. Are you insane, Augustine? Attacking someone over a job title. He deliberately destroyed my father's photo. I said, voice tight with rage. Luis quickly shook his head. It was an accident. I was picking it up to apologize when he hit me. Gabriella, don't be angry with him. The marketing director position was mine to begin with. I shouldn't have accepted. His false humility was the perfect dagger. Gabriella's anger boiled over. All this over a title? Augustine, you've truly disappointed me. I couldn't help the bitter laugh that rose in my chest. She didn't care about the truth. She only cared about the story she wanted to believe. Without another word, I pulled out the resignation letter I'd already signed and set it on the desk. No need to argue. I'm leaving. Her eyes widened. You're resigning? That's right. HR's already processing it. For a moment she looked stunned. Then her expression twisted into fury. Breaking up. Resigning. Do you think this will get my attention? I don't need your attention, I said evenly. I just need to be free. She sneered, voice sharp as glass. I know what this is. You just want to keep your director's chair. As long as you don't mention breaking up again, the position is still yours. I bent down, lifting my father's shattered frame from the floor, the glass cutting against my fingers. No, I said quietly. My decision's already made. I turned to leave, but Gabriella lunged forward, her nails digging into my wrist. Try walking away and see what happens. Her grip was like iron, her eyes blazing. You think this is over? If you walk out that door, I'll hand everything you built over to Luis, and then I'll marry him. You'll regret it for the rest of your life. Once, those words would have gutted me. Now, they almost made me laugh. I met her glare with calm silence. That silence rattled her more than any shout ever could. Are you even listening to me? She snapped, tightening her hold. Without a word, I pulled a golden embossed card from my briefcase and placed it in her hand. What a coincidence, I said. I'm getting married, too. You're welcome to attend. Her expression froze like glass cracking under pressure. Her hand trembled as she unfolded the invitation. What wedding? You're joking, right? I'm not joking. Monica's Sunday daughter of the Sun Group. Her lips trembled. When did you even meet her? It was arranged by my family. My mother's always liked her. A storm of emotions flickered in her eyes. Shock, disbelief, and something dangerously close to panic. You can't just suddenly get married. You're lying. But watching her panic gave me a strange sense of satisfaction. For the first time in years, I wasn't the one begging. Her hand flew across my face with sharp crack. My cheek burned, but inside, I was calm. How dare you treat me this way? She screamed, her voice breaking into tears. I touched the sting on my face, then met her eyes. That slap makes us even. And with that, I walked toward the elevator, not once looking back. Behind me, her curses tangled with Luis's whispers of comfort. 5 years ago, my mother had warned me, that woman isn't a good match. You'll regret it. Back then, I hadn't listened. I gave up everything for Gabriella. Now, I finally understood. The car rolled to stop outside the family estate. The butler opened the door with a respectful bow. Welcome home, young master. The warmth of home pressed against me like an embrace I had long forgotten. Inside, my mother greeted me with a smile. Finally, you've come to your senses. For the first time in years, I let myself breathe. This was the life I should have had, not chasing shadows of love in a crumbling office. But as I sank into the bath, steam rising around me, the door creaked open. I sat up with a start. Who's there? Monica stood in the doorway, a sly smile on her lips. Long time no see, Augustine. Monica? How? Why are you? This is my bath. She laughed, stepping closer. Your mother sent me. She thought you might need help. Before I could respond, a bottle of cold water splashed over my head. What the hell? I sputtered. Her grin turned wicked. Revenge. For how you humiliated me back then. Memories rushed back. College days, her confession, and my cruel rejection in front of everyone. Back then, I'd been a fool. I was a jerk, I admitted. But can you at least let me get dressed? Why should I? We're about to get married anyway. Her words froze me. Married? Who said that? Your mother, she replied, eyes gleaming. She told me you came back tonight to prepare for our wedding. My mind reeled. I didn't know it was you. So you came back planning to marry someone else? She snapped, hurt flashing in her eyes. No, Forget it. She cut me off, tossing the towel at me. Get dressed. I'll wait downstairs. Half an hour later, I descended into the living room. My mother and Monica sat together, chatting warmly. There he is. My mother said cheerfully, Augustine, sit down. I'm talking with your future wife. Monica's calm gaze met mine. You really agreed to this? I asked. Why not? She said simply. Because I treated you so badly back then. You should hate me. Her voice softened. I did hate you, but that doesn't mean I stopped liking you. My chest tightened. Why? Why would you still? She smiled faintly. You'll have plenty of time to think about that after we're married. My mother clapped her hands in delight. It's settled. The engagement ceremony will be next week. Wait, I protested. I haven't agreed yet. Didn't you come back for marriage? She asked, confused. Yes, but I didn't know it was Monica. Then you should thank me, she interrupted firmly. At least it's someone you know. Better than a stranger. I turned to Monica, my pulse racing. She looked me dead in the eyes, her voice steady but vulnerable. Do you really want to marry me? Not to get back at me, not to prove a point. Do you want this because of me? I swallowed hard. My heart felt heavier than it should have, and lighter at the same time. I want to marry you, I said, my voice low, because I like you, always have. My mother, watching us with quiet wisdom, smiled knowingly. Have a good talk, she said softly, before retreating toward the kitchen. Her footsteps faded down the hall, leaving only silence and the two of us. Monica's lips curved into a mischievous smile. Your mom is clever. She knows when to give us space. I clear my throat, suddenly awkward. That's just how she is, always deciding things before I can. Then her eyes locked onto mine, sharp and searching. So tell me the truth, Augustine. Do you really plan to marry me? Her directness stole the air from my lungs. For a moment, I could only stare at her, the girl who had been there through every chapter of my life. What's going on in your head? She teased, nudging me lightly. Still thinking about her? I shook my head quickly. No, liar. Her hands flew to her hips, her expression fiery. What's so good about Gabriella anyway? She began listing Gabriella's flaws, each word dripping with jealousy. Watching her puffed-up cheeks, I couldn't help but laugh. Her eyes narrowed. What are you laughing at? Nothing. Just, I think you're adorable. Her stern face softened instantly. She leaned closer, whispering, her voice almost trembling. So are you mine now? Her question cracked something open inside me. Suddenly I remembered it all. How she had shielded me from bullies when we were kids. How she tore up love letters from girls who tried to get close. How she never left my side after my father died. If not for Gabriella, maybe it would have always been her. What are you thinking? She asked, pulling me back to the moment. I reached for her hand. I was thinking about our story. Which part? Her smile teased me. When I beat those boys bloody for calling you weak. Or when I shredded that poor girl's confession letter in the cafeteria. I chuckled. All of it. I never thanked you properly. Her gaze softened. You don't need to. I did all of that because I liked you. Her honesty hit me harder than I expected. I leaned closer, my voice barely above a whisper. I think I've always liked you too, just blinded by Gabriella. Her eyes widened with hope. You mean, I took a deep breath. I'm willing to marry you. With a joyous cry, she launched herself into my arms. Her lips found mine, and years of restraint crumbled in an instant. I lifted her, carrying her toward the bedroom, forgetting entirely that my mother was still in the kitchen. That night we gave in completely, falling asleep only when dawn brushed the sky. By afternoon, the doorbell dragged me from sleep. Groggy, I opened the door and froze. Gabriella. She stood there, a small box in her hands, her eyes unreadable. Your things. You left them at the office. Inside the box lay the watch she once gave me, the one I had purposely abandoned, a symbol of a love I wanted no reminders of. Our words were short, strained. She lingered, trying to stretch the moment, to hold on to something that was already gone. And then Monica appeared, barefoot, hair tousled, wearing nothing but my shirt. The look on Gabriella's face shattered. She mumbled a goodbye and hurried away, her back trembling, her figure suddenly small, almost fragile. The door clicked shut, and Monica's playful face turned serious. She still loves you, she said bluntly. She came here to test you, to see if you'd falter. I frowned. How do you even know that? Monica gave a small, knowing smile, a woman's intuition. We can always sense another woman's intentions, especially when she's circling around our man. She slipped her arms around my neck. So from now on, stay away from her. Got it. I chuckled, nodding. Yes, ma'am. Satisfied, she kissed me deeply. That's better. Now, let's give your mom some news. What news? I asked, wary of her mischievous smile. She leaned in, lips brushing my ear. Tell her she's going to be a grandmother soon. My face flushed hot. That's way too fast. What? You don't want to? She teased, raising a brow, eyes glittering with challenge. It's not that I don't want to. It's just... Just what? Don't tell me you're still thinking about her. I shook my head firmly. No, Gabriella and I are finished. From now on, I'll focus on us, on building a family with you. Her smile softened, glowing with satisfaction. She pressed her lips to mine, sealing the promise. That night, as we curled up on the couch, watching a movie, my phone buzzed. A new friend request. Who is it? Monica asked casually. I glanced at the screen and frowned. Luis. Her posture stiffened. What does he want? I hesitated, then accepted. Almost instantly, his messages flooded in angry territorial laced with warning. He accused me of clinging to Gabriella, claimed she had canceled an important meeting just to bring me that watch, told me to know my place. I scoffed, passing the phone to Monica. Ridiculous. All these years, Gabriella never once chose me first. Monica read the messages, then smirked. He's jealous, which means Gabriella's still not over you. I shook my head. No, she made her choice long ago. I'll never forget it. That winter, when I was burning with fever, I begged her to buy me medicine. She hung up, saying Luis had some urgent project. Later, I found out that project was just another one of their dates. Monica's hands curled into fists. That woman is shameless. And in that moment, I realized I wasn't angry anymore. I was free. She had ignored me when I was burning with fever. Yet now, suddenly, she found time to hand-deliver a watch. The irony wasn't lost on me. I was just about to block Luis's number when Monica slipped the phone from my hand. Her voice was soft but firm as she leaned on my shoulder. Don't waste energy on people who don't deserve your attention. If it's over, let it stay behind you. I wrapped my arm around her, a wave of gratitude washing through me. You're right. They're not worth my time. But before the moment could settle, her eyes lit up with mischief. By the way, there's a business gala tomorrow night. Come with me? Curious, I asked what kind of event it was. Monica explained, her tone bubbling with excitement. It was her company's annual banquet, the perfect stage to announce us to the world. You want to introduce me? To everyone. I asked, caught off guard. Of course, she smiled brightly. I want people to know Monica's son is already taken. Her boldness made me laugh, and without hesitation, I agreed. She switched off the TV with a triumphant grin and tugged me back toward the bedroom. The next morning, sunlight streamed to the curtains, painting her features in soft gold. I watched her breathe, peaceful and unguarded, until her eyes flicked open and caught me staring. What are you looking at? She teased. At how beautiful my future wife is. She smiled, stretching lazily, until I told her the time. 9 o'clock. She bolted upright. Oh my God! We're late. We have so much to do before the gala. Before I could react, she was already dragging me into the bathroom. What happened next left me red-faced, Monica tugging at my sleepwear as if modesty didn't exist. The sound of fabric tearing filled the room, her laughter echoing off the tiles. We're about to be married and you're still this shy. By the time we were finally ready, it was almost 11. Monica emerged in a deep blue velvet dress, the daring slit revealing endless legs, her hair swept into an elegant bun. She looked like royalty. You look stunning, I told her honestly. Like a princess. She smirked, straightening my tie. Just stick close tonight. I'll handle everything else. Still, a nervous pit formed in my stomach. By evening, the hotel elevator carried us toward the grand ballroom. My mind wandered, uninvited memories surfacing. In 5 years with Gabriella, she never once brought me to a single event, not one introduction. Back then, I convinced myself it was because she wanted privacy. Now I realized Maybe I just wasn't worth showing off. The elevator doors slid open. Chandeliers blazed above a lavish hall filled with silk gowns and sharp tuxedos. Monica tightened her grip on my hand, sensing my unease. "Don't worry," she whispered with a reassuring smile. "I'm right here." Almost instantly, a woman in a Chanel suit approached with open arms. "Monica, it's been forever." Monica greeted her warmly, then looped her arm through mine with effortless grace. "This is my husband, Augustine." The word husband caught me by surprise. She said it easily, proudly, as if it had always been true. Handshakes, smiles, introductions followed one after another, bankers, CEOs, old friends from her university. And every single time, Monica called me her husband without hesitation. But just as I began to relax, my gaze drifted and froze. At the far end of the hall stood two familiar figures, Gabriella and Luis. Gabriella was radiant in a beige gown, every detail of her appearance screaming effort. Our eyes locked, and in hers, surprise gave way to something more complicated. Something I didn't want to name. "What's wrong?" Monica asked, catching the shift in my face. "Nothing," I said quickly, forcing a smile. I grabbed a chocolate-covered strawberry from a passing tray and lifted it to her lips. "Here, try this." She blinked in surprise, then bit into it, her voice deliberately loud. Really sweet." Then she picked one up and fed it to me. Strawberries taste sweeter when fed by your husband. Her little performance made me chuckle, though the unease in my chest never quite faded. Later, while Monica caught up with old college friends, I slipped away for a moment of quiet. But just as I left the restroom, a figure stepped into my path. Gabriella. Her voice was low, trembling with a note of desperation I'd never heard before. "Can we talk?" I tried to brush past her. "There's nothing left to say." "Please move." She blocked me with her arm. "Just 5 minutes. I'm begging you." I sighed. "Fine. Make it quick." Her eyes searched mine with rawness that unsettled me. "Are you really married? You didn't just do this to spite me, did you?" I let out a cold laugh. "That's none of your concern. Augustine, I know I was wrong. That day at the company, I shouldn't have treated you that way. Now you know how to apologize? It's too late." "No, it's not too late." She stepped closer, her hand trembling as it clutched my arm. "We can start over. I'll fire Luis. You can take charge of the company again." I shook her off, my voice like ice. "Gabriella, have some self-respect. I'm married now. Respect that." Her eyes reddened instantly. "You can't have fallen for her this quickly. I know you, Augustine. You still love me." And then, without warning, she threw herself at me, arms locking around me, clinging as if her life depended on it. The move shocked me and disgusted me. I pushed her away, my voice cutting through the air. "Enough. We're over. I have a new life now, a new partner. Don't interfere anymore." Her tears finally spilled, her voice trembling. "Augustine, I was wrong. All these years I never cherished you. Only when you left did I realize how much you meant to me. Please, give me one more chance. I swear I'll change." Once upon a time, a single tear from her could break me. But now, it only felt pathetic. I shook my head. "It's too late. I've already made my choice. I wish you and Luis happiness." "I don't want him," she cried, her voice breaking. "I only want you." And just then, like the perfect twist of fate, a voice echoed from the hallway. "Darling, so here you are." I turned. Monica was walking toward me, smile radiant, eyes gleaming with quiet triumph. She closed the distance, kissed my cheek, and slipped her arm through mine, her tone sweet but deliberate. "I've been looking everywhere for you. Turns out you were being held up." Then, as if noticing, she pointed at the lipstick stain on my sleeve. "Oh, no. Your jacket's ruined, and it was custom-made." Before I could react, she peeled it off my shoulders and tossed it straight into the trash. "No worries. I'll buy you a better one." Her eyes shifted to Gabriella, smile sharp as glass. "Do me a favor. Stop bothering my husband from now on, okay?" Gabriella's face drained of color. fury boiling beneath the surface. But Monica didn't give her a chance to reply. She simply tightened her grip on me and walked us back into the banquet hall. Later that night, Monica stood on stage, microphone in hand, her voice carrying across the room. "This is Augustine, my husband. We've just registered our marriage." The hall erupted with cheers, applause, and blessings. In the corner, I saw Gabriella, pale, shaking, her fists clenched, her eyes a storm of rage and regret, before she fled, leaving Luis abandoned in disbelief. Half an hour later, Luis found me, his voice low, trembling with anger. "What did you say to her? Why did she leave like that?" I stayed calm. "Nothing. I just asked her to respect my decision." He didn't believe me until the security footage played. Gabriella's confession, her pleas, her drunken words of obsession. Every sentence cracked him open until the rage drained out, leaving only despair. He grabbed my collar, his voice broken. "Why you? What's so special about you?" I only looked at him. That's a question for her, not me. By the time I walked back to Monica, social media was already on fire. Videos of Gabriella at a bar, drunk, unraveling, crying out my name, her mask on, her words cruel and careless. Luis confronted her, begging for answers, and her response cut him deeper than any blade. "You're nothing." And with that, she staggered out, leaving him standing alone, broken, humiliated, betrayed. Monica closed the video, her voice soft but firm. "It's unbelievable. How could she treat someone who loved her that way?" I didn't reply. I just held her hand tighter. Because once, I had been that fool too. I looked at Monica, warm swelling in my chest. "Thank you," I whispered. "Thank you for showing me what real love feels like." She leaned against my shoulder, her voice soft as silk. "Don't thank me, because I've found my happiness in you too." But happiness has a way of being tested. The video of Gabriella's breakdown spread faster than wildfire. What I thought would fade with time only spiraled further. Within an hour, social media was flooded with new revelations. Stories of her college bullying, whispers of an affair with a married executive. And then the final blow, a leaked hospital report, her name printed clearly at the top. The diagnosis, early pregnancy. The source was anonymous, but the timing made it obvious. Luis, his revenge was merciless. Monica scrolled through her phone, disbelief flickering in her eyes. "Did you see this? He's determined to destroy her." I nodded, unease stirring in me. "I did." "Isn't she going to explain herself?" Monica frowned. But we both knew, if even half it was true, there was no explanation strong enough. By nightfall, Gabriella's silence only fueled the fire. Comment sections turned into war zones. Her name dragged to the mud, not a single voice left to defend her. I was still thinking about it when the doorbell rang. Monica froze. "So late? Who could it be?" She peered through the peephole, then turned back, startled. "It's Gabriella." When I looked for myself, I barely recognized her. Hair tangled, makeup ruined, clothes stained and torn. The stench of alcohol clung to her like a curse. Monica whispered, "Should we open it?" I hesitated, then nodded. The door creaked open, and Gabriella staggered forward. Her eyes, glassy and broken, locked on me with a flicker of hope. I just wanted to see you once." My tone was ice. "Well, you've seen me. Now leave." But she didn't. She stepped closer, nearly collapsing. "Augustine, I have nothing left." I wasn't surprised. Just hours earlier, the Lynn Corporation had cut ties, announcing her dismissal. The family itself followed with a brutal statement. Her inheritance revoked. For them, reputation was everything. For her, this was exile. I met her gaze, unmoved. "That has nothing to do with me. Your problems are yours to fix." Her face crumbled. "And our 5 years together? Does it mean nothing to you?" A bitter laugh escaped me. "You want to talk about love now? Where was that love when you betrayed me?" She sobbed, desperate. "I know I was wrong. Please, just one more chance." "Impossible," I said, firm as stone. "I already have a new life. Stop disturbing me and my wife." She nearly dropped to her knees, voice breaking. I'm begging you. I only have you left. But Monica stepped forward, her presence sharp as a blade. Please leave, or we'll call the police. For a moment, Gabriella looked between us, at the woman who had taken her place, at the man she once thought she owned. Then she turned, stumbling away. Her silhouette faded into the night, lonely, defeated, stripped of everything. I exhaled, a weight lifting from my chest. Monica wrapped her arms around me, whispering, It's over. It's all behind us now. Dinner was waiting in the kitchen, lavish, fragrant, every dish my favorite. I stared in surprise. When did you make all this? While you were napping, she said, smiling. Come on, try it. The sweet and sour pork melted on my tongue, perfectly balanced. It's delicious, I praised. Her eyes lit up. Then I'll make it for you every day. I shook my head, smiling. No, from now on, let me cook for you. You just enjoy life. Her laughter was soft, joyful. Then I'll be spoiled. That's the plan, I grinned. After dinner, we took a quiet walk outside. The night air was cool, peaceful, until the sound of sirens broke it. A crowd rushed past us, panic in their voices. Car accident in the East District. It looks bad. Curiosity drew us forward. At the gate, chaos unfolded. Police, flashing lights, the twisted wreck of a luxury car against a barrier. On a stretcher, paramedics lifted a bloodied figure. And though her face was barely visible, I knew the outfit instantly. Dark green silk blouse, beige trousers, the same ones Gabriella had worn just hours ago. Someone whispered, drunk driving. Her blood alcohol level was off the charts. My heart sank. A storm of emotions welled up. Pity, anger, sadness, relief. I turned to Monica, my voice quiet. Let's go home. She nodded, her hand closing around mine. And just like that, the story of Gabriella truly ended.